International. He is international today. This is Romeo International. Wake up, wake up, wake up. This is rolling out Wake Up Call. Sun is shining, nice and bright. Birds are chirping, and we're ready for flight.
The sun is shining, shining, nice and bright, bright. The birds are chirping, chirping,
and I'm ready to fly.
Time to get ready, ready
for another day.
Hey, no one can stop us. Oh, we gon' learn to play. Oh, every day we learn and play.
We do our best, so we'll be great.
Oh. You do your best,
and I do mine.
So let's get ready, Cause it's about that time. Good morning, you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, time to be great. Good morning, time to wake up. Good morning,
dance and play.
Good morning,
start today.
Good morning, open your eyes. Good morning,
reach for the sky.
Good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do?
Good morning.
You see me on my grind.
Stars got to shine.
I'm a supernova.
Yeah, you see me taking over. Yeah,
I'm on the move. I got a way to shine to. So let me hear you say, every day we gonna learn and play.
Hey, it's your day. This is Rolling Out, making it your way. Rolling Out AM, wake up call. And of course, we have Portia Monique all the way from Detroit doing a virtual thing today. That's just what it is. You know, it's sweater time. I'm enjoying this last moment to this hat. Welcome. It is fall, but do not fall down, fall forward. If you got to fall at all, this is your moment to stand tall and vote. There is a fierce number of individuals that need to make it to the polls. Have a voting party. Figure out what you're going to do today. Take a friend. Make sure you vote in at least twos, pairs, threes. All your friends, make sure y'all voting together. And of course, if you got your ballot, watch it all the way. Take it all the way to the box. What's going on, everybody? Romeo International and Portia Monique.
Hey, good morning.
What up, Rolling Out AM, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Vimo, whatever. What are you watching?
Twitch.
What is Twitch?
We need to go to Twitch.
We
just need to add it. I mean, let's add Twitch.
So good morning to y'all. And like my man said, man, if you ain't planning to vote or have a vote, period. Walk, blink your eyes, vote. Right. Walk down the street, vote. Eat breakfast, vote.
Everybody doing that period challenge. Y'all need to do a vote period challenge. Y'all seen that period challenge going around social media? Y'all know, Romeo know what I'm talking about. Munson might not. It's a period challenge where people use their butt to kind of do a silhouette of a P. And then after it's a period.
But I can't participate in nonsense.
And what I'm saying, if y'all doing the period
at the end of the
challenge,
day,
do the period vote challenge. That's all I'm saying.
Those are the funky scrolls. I mean, like it is the scrolls I never wanted to see. That is the scroll I never wanted to see, because there's so many N's and F's instead of P's that it's ridiculous.
F's? What you trying to say?
They shape like an F.
Oh, okay. Just in case y'all didn't catch that, he trying to say that it's some flat butts out there.
I didn't say what I said. I just gave it a letter in the alphabet. I just gave it a letter in the alphabet, and it was an F. I didn't say a C. I said
F means scale or flat.
That's exactly like the F in refrigerator.
Look, I wasn't gonna bring it up.
I don't know why you would. I mean, like, I didn't expect you to. She had to bring it. She should share it with the
I'm
audience.
saying,
Let 'em
y'all,
pull it
while
up.
everybody is doing the period challenge, we need to do the vote period challenge.
I will say this, Portia.
Vote.
I will say this, Portia.
Mhm.
People amaze me. The fact that it trended blew me away. I was like, why is this trending? Like, why are people actually trending this?
I don't know.
Well, you know, when you pick cotton and you imagine that you're actually succeeding and you search for likes, but they don't make it to your bank account, it's just a matter of where our priorities are. At the end of the day, you saw what Wells Fargo's CEO had to say. And I'm wondering if everybody that literally participated in the P Challenge knew he was talking to you. What he was saying about finance, he was talking to you. What he was saying about the whole industry. So we got to look at that and get some feedback later in the day and bring some Black financial experts on. We have asked the banker, but we want to talk about it.
What was his message, Muslim?
We'll pull it up. Just don't want you to seem uninformed. We're going to have it for you. Ashley will pull it up for us later in the day. But I think we all need to see this as a wake-up call. The reduced expectations and the increased use of social media and pastime might be really reducing the intellectual intake by just consuming your time with social media.
Let me ask you this about waking up. Portia brought this up yesterday, and it started trending again last night. So outside of boarding up buildings in expectation of Breonna Taylor's announcement, they have started adding barriers to certain streets already in that city. Now, what do you guys think this is about to be?
A riot? Well, you know what? I'm not gonna speak on how I really feel, but they're preparing for something that is completely avoidable. Like it's almost like we already know what we're about to do, so let's prepare for that course of action, as opposed to just saying, "Hey, we're gonna do the right thing." What the perception of the right thing is, and bring charges. Like I just don't get it. They would rather prep in anticipation of having all of these riots and all of these violent protests,
right?
Other than simply just doing the right thing.
There was a young man on Twitter, and I'm gonna look for the video. There was a young Black male on Twitter who was I think he was coming home, and he went live and he said, "Hey, the police are placing barriers around the so-and-so neighborhood. I don't know the name of the so-and-so neighborhood. What's going on?" Somebody
it's like making a movie, Romeo. You know, if all of a sudden you create a stage for violence, if you create a stage, you got to also understand that follow the money. You're probably gonna have more overtime happening right now. Mm-hmm. You've got individuals selling more plastic bullets. You got individuals selling everything. You've got people that are consultants on safety. You've got a whole rationale for an extra spend. The other thing is you got people who are going to incite. We've seen the agent provocateurs, so this is also their moment. You know, you've got individuals who are literally staging and talking about and calling cities negative things. So when you see it, they're giving that their rationale is to create that stage. It's a movie stage now. It's no longer just a city. These cities become backdrops for commentary, and it has to be at this moment, particularly with the election. You've got an entire Senate justifying how they're going to force us to, and based on their group and majority, have a new Supreme Court justice, just like that. Have your candidate out on this day. So you have a lot of negative minds trying to prep and create vision for a city that needs to have, you know, if nothing else, a whole bunch of religious leaders that are for progress for the entire humanity out there and justice for Breonna Taylor. But instead, they're setting stage for a warlike conflict for this movie that they want to control the narrative on.
So it's a no-win situation, technically.
I wouldn't say we could ever give up. We don't want to ever have a one of those fatalistic ideas, but we do need all young soldiers to understand, as you organize, as people come to the city, that you know that you're coming into a situation.
Okay.
That you're going to have your rights. You've got individuals changing laws, talking about if you are a violent protester, how do you define violent? That you will be given a felony. All of these things complicate and instigate violence and destroy records of youth. A felony record just because you expressed your God-given rights. Horrible.
Terrible.
But this narrative isn't the trending topic. Like, there's a setup in Louisville for those who don't know. You know, we talk about a challenge. We got to have some financial challenges. We got to have some educational challenges. We can't let social media think that it's just social. Ooh, we should be, ooh, you can't stay in the woo land. You know, if likes don't make it to your bank account, get off that social media. At some point, you know, you picking cotton and not knowing it, and they picking your data and they selling it and showing it to somebody that you have no clue.
Right.
And RIDE is in 2 days, everybody. One of the most exciting conferences ever to happen in life, with some of the most intriguing, intelligent, dynamic, successful individuals. You know, I didn't want to get Louisville depressed.
Well, speaking of Louisville, so the protesters, Portia Williams, Tamika Mallory, as well as Yandy Smith, they're going to be at RIDE on Friday at noon. So you guys can tune in to see them talk about their experience with protesting and getting arrested for protesting for Breonna Taylor. So we can look forward to hearing them talk about their experience and what it was like. So that would be awesome.
That'll be interesting. A lot of people were 50.
What are you saying, Martin?
He's saying he is on vacation. He's internet surfing right now, working to wake through the maze of distance internet. So, now that, everybody, he really wanted to express all of those sincere feelings. That really has to be a moment. But I think we all have to be prepared for what this is. This is a radical time in history. And your thinking has to be on top of everything. How we're moving, how you're documenting your movements. You need to be real careful at this moment, and aware and awake, and in touch with your loved ones. So don't get caught out just moving, because their intentions are not all positive out in the universe.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what? I think don't. Maybe she has this song, don't. Maybe
trust in him?
Play a little trust in him early in the morning for all those. Have you tuned in? Who's watching? Is Shirley Carter?
Trust in him. Oh, let me check to see who's watching. Because
Shirley Carter checked in this morning. Good morning, everybody. This is Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call with Portia Monique.
I'm checking to see who's on. Oh, she got. Oh, Mustin, look at that. Oh my God.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Jesus.
Trust in him and let him know what's wrong. Take his hand and keep holding on. Trust in him, just like the Bible says. Be of service and you won't regret. 'Cause he got power that you'll never see. And he got power that you can't conceive. Give it up right now. Give it up to him. Give it up right now. Give it up to him. Give it up right now. Trust in him.
What happened? Why you turn off my song? What's she doing?
Rolling Out Music presents Trust in Him. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Jesus!
What happened?
Trust in him and let him know what's wrong. Take his hand and keep holding on. Trust in him, just like the Bible says. Be of service and you won't regret. 'Cause he got power that you'll never see. And he got power that you can't conceive. And he's got love for every one of us. All you really have to do is you just gotta trust. Give it up to him. Give it up right now. Give it up to him. Give it up right now. Give it up to him. Give it up right now. Give it up to him. Give it up right now. Trust in him. Don't you dare doubt. Bring your burdens to the altar and lay them down. Yeah. If you want peace, he can guarantee. Yeah. He do it for you, for you, for you, just like he did it for me. 'Cause he got power that you'll never see. And he's got power this world cannot conceive. And he's got love for every one of us. All you really got to do is you just gotta trust and give it up to him. Give it up right now. So give it up to him. Give it up right now. Now, give it up to him. Give it up right now. Give it up to him. Oh, give it up right now. Don't you fight that Holy Ghost that move in your bones. Don't you fight that Holy Ghost that take control. Don't you fight that Holy Ghost that in your soul. Don't you fight that Holy Ghost let it take control. Now give it up, 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 give it up. You got burdens, give them up. You got doubts, give them up. You got problems, give them up. 'Cause he got power, so give it up.
Woo! What's happening, D Turner? What's happening, D Turner? It's Rolling Out AM. It is that moment in time. Everybody share the show. Be sure to share the show today. I am sharing the show right now. We got to start a watch party on Rolling Out AM. Welcome back, Romeo.
Well, yeah, there was some waves coming in. I had to just jump.
Got it. I told him you were in the virtual internet ether coming up under the ocean all the way back to the United States or through that satellite that you hung out with, Black Panther up there and the sphere and decide that you're going to come down or, for all those who are into Lovecraft right about now.
Tell me you into it. Tell me, are you locked in?
Well, I enjoy the actor. I've enjoyed the actors that are in there. it was a very, number 6 was very risque.
What's it? Do tell.
And violent, and violent,
Okay,
and
what
violent.
happened?
So, you know,
Can't tell the secrets, but I will say this: the young man who's the lead actor, the black man, oh, he is very, very, very good.
he's headed to the Marvel Universe. It's one of the next films he was going. I talked to his agents the other day when we were having my Hollywood call, given the fact that we're starting rolling out tonight in 3 weeks. So, new TV show for us. Increase. But yeah, D. Turner, are you watching Lovecraft? I need to know.
We got D. Turner, we got D. Shields, we got Faith Morris. Hey, Faith, good morning.
Yeah, we got my
I don't know if we got Lovecraft yet. We need to figure out who's into Lovecraft.
Iris Baker,
Yeah,
you watch Lovecraft?
What is everyone's feelings about the CEO?
CEO of what?
Johnny Cross checking in, and Portia, that's my Iris Baker and my D Shields. My, just want to keep that locked in. Rolling out, man. We excited. We're super excited. Janet Simmons checking in. She says she still want her hat. She's still coming for her hat, Mr. Steve.
Well,
He
Janice,
got about
we gotta
100.
figure this out. Why don't we go? And it'll probably take me till, let me get past Ride, and then we'll probably come with some skull caps. Because it is not necessarily, we'll do some rolling out AM skull caps. How about that? So give me 60 days and we'll get some rolling out skull caps. And we should have some hoodies on sale, new rolling out university hoodies for the fall. But I'm trying to wear out this little straw for a minute.
While he can. Yeah, he's
Got
trying to hold on
go.
to it.
Fall is here, everybody. Fall is here.
He's trying to hold on to it, y'all. Yesterday was the first day of fall, right?
I am trying to get used to the cold too.
Well,
Waking up to these 50-degree mornings already, rough.
Yeah, and whose weather are we talking about? Because I know when me and Munson in Atlanta, I don't trust the Atlanta weather. It just do whatever it want to do, whatever day. What about Detroit?
Well, within reason. This Porsche's over there in the tundra sometimes. So, and here, we know what 30 degrees and sun shining, and even if it's just 1 inch on the ground, is going to be like. So, everybody, be sure to take your vitamins. Be prepared. We are definitely headed to flu season. Watch our health IQ. Got a special tonight on opiates. So, Portia, you should invite Mark to join our show next week. So we can have
absolutely.
Him. That'd be great. See Mark.
Actually, let's put him on the schedule for Tuesday.
And the topic is obesity, you said?
No, this is actually, we're doing a special in MSP in Minnesota on Black community opiates. African Americans literally are suffering with opiate addiction. It is not necessarily the focus of what mainstream media puts a face on it, but there are definitely African Americans and people of color that are shooting heroin, are addicted to painkillers and need recovery and are recovering. So our partners in MSP were doing a series on opiate addiction. We had a wonderful young lady who's in recovery for 5 years. She is bold and she is a heroin recovering addict. And she had a really wonderful name.
Willie Pearl. Don't be trying to get me to say Willie Mae. You said Willie Mae. Her name is Willie Pearl.
Willie Pearl, and she shared her experience, the conflicts, the fact that, she had shared that she was a victim of a sexual assault, having to, get counseling. It's a great series that we're doing in MSP, Minnesota. So it's a series on opiate addiction in the Black community out of Minnesota. So it's tonight at 6. And then at 8, a great surprise for all of you who are watching. We're going to have Nothing New Under the Sun, which is with Ms. Cora Berry and the mayor of DC. So the two of them are going to come and share vision, talk about what's going on in this movement. Ms. Berry obviously runs a phenomenal tennis center. She is the wife of the former mayor. And of course, Mayor Bowden is a phenomenal, real example of Black excellence, Black leadership. And she is a confident and a wonderful leader there in DC. So we've got them happening. So I am really proud of what is happening. Iris Baker, what are we going to do about this CEO who says he can't find Black talent at Wells Fargo? So really want to know. And D Shields.
I really think that they just are that far removed from what our reality is, right? Because for you to just casually say it's because of a lack of diverse talent, that's why, like, that's so, I don't know, entitled, I think. It's just an entitled opinion.
You know, it's probably true that there are quite a few voids in careers in financial services. But you got to remember how people paint the picture of being in financial services. How many people want to be in financial services? I was really talking about an F versus a period challenge. If our challenges are not those that will raise our community, then we might not be challenging ourselves the right way. It is that moment in conversation that we are just struggling. I mean, I know you've seen the video going on where the white guy talks about how you should be canceling the whole murder conversation in music and that it's not happening and why radio stations do it and why they allow it to happen and that is not what Black people want. They would go with other music, but it is in the best interest of a different group of people to give them music that doesn't elevate them, that doesn't make them want to go into financial services business. So it hasn't made a rap song, so it may not be true.
And you know what's so crazy? When you separate the social platforms, right? The same period challenge on the same P challenge, the same P challenge demographic that's on Instagram is a different demographic on TikTok. Because on TikTok it's more other nationalities, so it's cooler and more accepted. I guarantee you those same, and I'm saying it in the sense of well, I was trying to tie it into what Portia was saying. I think the separation of people and power, they feel like, I think some people like Wells Fargo, I think some people just live outside of the world. Like they have their own rules, they have their own laws, they have their own. They don't have to adhere to none of this. 45 in office, he's one of those people. He feels as if he does not have a law that's against him. So the Wells Fargo dude is not a surprise.
No, but I'm saying just careers. When you think about careers, we all have to make sure that we're going in the right industry. I don't want to get lost on what the truth is. The truth is we all want to make sure that even in our community that there are young people who want to have a career in financial services. I'm not excusing his lack of recruitment or growth or development growth or mentorship. I just want us as a community to know where the money is, where the jobs and the money, industries as it relates to careers. So as we bring on our college presidents, as we continue to interview them on our show, we can ask them and talk about it for sure. I do not believe that we are going to make excuses for a CEO. We definitely want him to do a better job, and we'll reach out to him because he might come on the show. I mean,
Faith Morris on Facebook said, Wells Fargo isn't removed from reality. It's intentional. It's amazing that the CEO said it out loud.
Boom.
I agree, Faye. I agree. You know, I don't know. Okay, let's bring it. We got guests.
Yes, in the house. You are welcome today. You're on Rolling Out AM, and we're coming your way. We got guests coming. They're coming today. We're going to have a good time and hear what they got to say. We got guests. Ooh, we got guests. Ooh, we got guests. Ooh. That's it.
Can I jump in here, Portia? You are so right on. It
Hey,
is.
Dawn.
You got to start with a song. Like, if you're not going to go with the We Got Guests, we got guests.
Good morning.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Dawn.
You went right in the club and say, you get a truth fight. Truth to the face.
You know,
Truth punch. Bam.
Munson,
Go
I'm
for
sorry, but that's kind of my personality.
Right now, you ain't got to explain yourself. It's a fight. Fight the power. Fight the power.
Fight to power for real.
Right.
For real. And they are intentional, and we've got to call them out on their BS immediately. Do not pass go. They have gotten away with systematic everything for over 400 years. He knew what he was doing. We are not for play. We are not being silent anymore. Calling him on his BS, all of them. This whole country is run by white men, okay?
Mhm.
And it's time for us to call them out and hold them accountable.
Y'all got done.
Period.
Fighting done. The club just.
Don, did you start a watch party? I need to know if you started a watch party. I started my watch party. I want to make sure you start a watch party
On Facebook.
right now. 'Cause all your friends need to hear what you're doing, what you're saying. I see you brought some guests. We got guests. Ooh.
Yeah, and just to Don's point, that was actually Faith's point from Facebook, Faith Morris, that he isn't removed from reality. It's just amazing that he said it out loud. So shout out to Faith Morris for giving us that tidbit.
Okay, but Frankie Morris, since we gonna keep it moving, he is removed from reality because for him to say it out loud, he has an entitlement of power. He feels he has an entitlement of power.
Oh, no, it's not a feeling. It's his truth. It's their truth. It's not.
Look at his salary. What's his salary every year? You know,
Pull up his
you
salary,
powerful.
please.
You feel powerful when you get that annual salary. It's in the millions.
Shay,
And you can't find
What
black
up?
talent. Flipping
Right.
over black talent. Ask the right people.
HBCUs, right.
Good morning,
Welcome
guests.
to
You can
HBCUs,
have a whole
right.
family
Good
conversation.
morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the AM Wake Up Call.
Rolling out AM.
Hello.
Happening from MSP. You know, we got an
MSP.
special on every
Oh.
day. Every
Yes.
Wednesday, we're doing a whole series on opiates in Minneapolis.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
our second on the series. And Portia says she will let you guys know. We've been doing a series on.
Thought I did.
We've been doing a series on opiates.
Portia, you didn't tell us that.
That's why I said I thought I did.
But
Our health
we'll be
IQ.
there. You just tell us what we need to do. We'll
No,
be there
it's
to help
tonight.
for
It's
sure.
tonight. It's actually tonight.
It's
Oh.
virtual. It's virtual. I'll send you guys the information for it.
Okay, thank you.
please send us the information.
Like-
I will we'll figure it out.
We'll make it a priority
And
for
she
sure.
said, she said that she was letting y'all know that we were doing the opiates
I
there.
said that. I did.
Said that she was going
I
to
said
let
that.
you know.
I did.
I don't know if she got you tickets for ride, but you guys need to
We
come
need
to ride.
get that too.
No, I found
I
that
don't
out.
understand
So
how this works. But
Quickly, the wellness
never
show,
on-
the stepchild of the rolling
Yeah,
out.
we're the redheaded stepchild.
Again. I'm gonna hop out again. I don't know what it is.
He's like, I'm out.
Yes, did you start a watch party yet? You got to start a watch party on your
Okay.
Facebook page so all your friends can see you. I see these beautiful ladies, Miriam and
Yes.
Steph K. Did you start your watch party yet? I've started mine. I got more of my friends
boy.
there. But at any rate, love you guys. Peace.
Do we want to do that?
Yeah, you want to do?
Okay, well let's go. Let's introduce our guests. Who wants the honor?
I will. These are my girls. These are my girls. So we've got Kay's Revolutionary Catering. We have Chef Kay and Mariam. Wonderful, wonderful two sisters doing the damn thing right now. Chef Kay and I go back to youth church right?
Yeah,
When we were like 8, 9. So yeah, so just a couple years ago, and then Mariam, I met about 4 or 5 years ago, and love the work that they're doing. They're bringing their passion and their and feeding us through my favorite, Stay Well Tonic. So I'll let y'all get into that in a second. And their amazing food that now Dawn has been introduced to and incorporates in her daily life. Yes, we are all about the Stay Well Tonic. I can't wait. Romeo, you are going to love this. You need this in your life, Romeo. But they're doing wonderful work here on the north side of Minneapolis and throughout the Twin Cities. Black-owned woman company right here and representing us very well. So here we have Mariam and Chef K. Yay!
You know, just to let you guys know, they're all about whole foods, whole and healthy foods, spices, you know, so we can flavor our food alternatively with spices that grow out of the ground, plant-based, holistic healing, okay, through the inside out. All right, we've got to check our diets. We have to be very conscious of what we're putting inside of our body. So we are honored to have Chef K and Mariam here to talk about their dope catering business and how they are, you know, truly feeding the Black community, you know, and the, you know, Minneapolis, St. Paul at large. They are killing it. And we are honored that they are not only, you know, our business associates.
Right. They're our personal chefs too.
Yes, and they are the preferred caterer of Let Go Let Flow LLC.
Yeah, they've done a few things for me. So yes. So why don't you ladies talk about, let's get right into it. So tell us, you know, what got you started? How did this passion come through food?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. That was really nice. I'm like, my heart is like fluttering right now. That was really awesome. Thank you so much. So what inspired us, you said?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I would say just I had my answer right there. Go ahead, Mariam. You start. I'm like, what was I gonna say?
So to be honest with you guys, so I'm Mariam Omari. Chef K and I started K's Revolutionary Catering about 4 years than 4 years. I'm the talker of the group. She's the magic of the group, and so it's all good. I got you.
Yeah, I get a little tongue tied because I get, you know, I get a little ahead of myself, and I'm like, oh, what was I gonna say again? So go ahead. Yeah.
So really, our inspiration came from our work in the restaurant industry. Chef K has about 23, 24 years of professional culinary experience from New Orleans all the way up here. And her family, just like my family and many of yours, and I'm sure people you know, have experienced some disadvantages via health that are preventable, like diabetes, heart problems, obesity, you know, the list it just goes on. For me, when I was 15, I stopped eating meat, beef and chicken because of some information that I stumbled into. And the information wasn't so much about the killing of the animal, but more of the manipulation behind the advertising industry. And I was really, really angry. And I remember my mom, you know, said to me, all that glitters isn't gold. And so that statement really resonated with me when it came to how the food industry operated within all communities, but mainly more naive communities. By the grace of God, I had experienced working in the restaurant industry also. I share about the same amount of time in the industry as Chef K. And by the grace of God, we met, and just really a conversation and sampling her food, because I'm really touchy about what I eat. And my son is the same way. And once we started eating her food, I was like, dang, you know, I can't believe this. Like, girl, you got something on your hands here, you know? And I asked her simply, like, if McDonald's, this shitty restaurant, can sell millions and millions of dollars worth of shitty food, excuse me, and be popular and successful, behind it, then I know hands down that the integrity that we have behind food, behind the cleanliness, behind the intention, I know for sure that that is a win. Like, just, I know that. And because I've been in the front of the house, I've been in sales, I've been in marketing and whatnot, I knew that we could collab and we could probably create something special. So because I had not eaten meat all those years, I've taken, I have a huge family, and I've taken a lot of my mom's recipes and just redid them without meat, but because I didn't want to eat a lot of fake food and I didn't want to eat plain food, and I don't want 2 pieces of lettuce and a tomato. I want a meal.
She wants 2 almonds and a biscotti.
Yeah. So, so it's important that, you know, we came up with that essentially people can eat well.
You can. It doesn't cost much to eat
Wow.
a well plant-based diet. It really doesn't cost a lot at all. And if you know what you're doing, if you know just the basics of, you know, how to shop for that and how to, you know, prepare it, you'll be fine. But and a lot of us have that knowledge in us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, I feel, perhaps have forgotten because life has become based in convenience.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. They want quick food.
Quick food. You know,
and you guys create that though. You guys create quick food that's healthy though. You know how to make food that's healthy. Yes.
Like, for example, this is quick. Hamburger Helper. It used to be my #1 go-to. I love it.
You guys even remember?
I cannot see.
Remember Hamburger Helper? Have you seen a box on the shelf ever?
No, I haven't seen any lately.
Not lately, but back in the day when I was a teenager, that was a big thing.
Yeah.
So
that was
Yeah, but so the thing is though, is like, how hard is it really to just make this on your own? And portion size, especially if you have a family, it behooves you to not buy the pasta yourself and to buy the cream and to buy the butter and the, you know, meat or whatever you're putting in there. It just behooves you because it really is not cost effective. And so people just don't realize that the same amount of time that you spend doing that, you can also do creating something, the same thing, and it's probably going to taste just as bad if you're not a good cook, but to you, you'll still be happy, you know, because at the end of the day, it's yours. You made it, you know.
So, ladies, tell us what the secret sauce and the magic is to delivering your delicious food. What is your most popular plant-based item that people absolutely love, especially, you know, the meat eaters who are, again, you know, are very difficult to shift over until in this area. So what's the favorite? What's the most popular?
Maragwe.
Please tell us that.
It's called maragwe. It's a coconut spiced red beans. Is red beans simmered in coconut milk and spices, garlic, ginger, onions, and
it's bomb. And it's bomb. I've had it. It's so good. And how many times have I requested it for events? I've actually texted them, can I get some? And they're like, it's frozen. I'm like, can you? It is so good. It's so healthy for you. You feel good afterwards. That's my biggest thing with someone that's in health and wellness. I feel good after I eat your food. I feel good. I feel good from the inside out, like Don was saying. That's the biggest thing.
Well,
go ahead, Romeo.
I gotta throw this at y'all because I'm a fit freak, #1. But #2, y'all messing up my whole plans for cooking for Don. But let me throw this in y'all. I'm just saying, Don. Let me throw this in y'all face. You said something earlier that struck a nerve. You said it's easy to eat healthy. I'm gonna say it's not, because I can go to 2 separate neighborhoods. This neighborhood will have 5 fast foods, 2 gas stations, 1 liquor store, 1 grocery store. I can go to another neighborhood and they will have their 5 is a Starbucks or a Panera or whatever.
Right.
And then they'll have 2 grocery stores, a Whole Foods and a, you know what I'm saying? So it's not as easy to eat healthy when your community, there's nothing in your community that's healthy. There's nothing. Because even the produce, I've noticed that the produce in the same grocery store, the same name brand grocery, okay, she sued me. It's different produce in those grocery stores.
And different costs.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So like, let me just say this. We live in that community that you're speaking of. We overstand. And that's the whole point, is that we aren't speaking from a point of view that's removed from the destitute or any of those things. But one of the things that our people have that's very common amongst us all is a mouth, and we can use it, and we can demand and ask and decide what is being sold in the stores in which we reside. It's really about mindset and about knowledge, because, for example, there's a clothing store, you know, like in the strip mall in the hood over on Lindale and Broadway. You know, conveniently, if I don't want that brand, I will figure out a way to get on the bus to go.
Right. So people make excuses, you're saying sometimes. Yeah.
And because we're conditioned, right? We're trained. It's not like a fault of pointing finger. And I'm not telling you to stop what you're doing. I'm actually just asking you to change, to look at another perspective, because there are more options than what seemingly is available. It's designed that way to make sure you don't succeed.
Oh yeah.
Like right. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. And so you have to be willing to say, kick rocks without shoes on and figure it out. Like that's just it. And then the other piece is that, you know, to no fault of our own, we're not knowledgeable about other cultures. And like Chef K and I don't buy curry, for example, from Cub or from a white distributor, because they don't
wait, I didn't know they sold curry at Cub. I'm being serious.
They sell a lot of stuff.
Okay. I didn't know they sold curry at the local store.
It's a difference in, you know, you have to, it's like once you open your mind up to things, or just are, you know, keep an open mind about food in general, because the fact of the matter is that Black folks, we've been eating, first of all, our ancestors was eating prior to being enslaved people. You know what I'm saying? We were, you know, meat has always been a luxury in all different cultures across Africa, across the Americas, across any place on this earth where Black life has began. Okay? You know, and so we've eaten, you know what I'm saying, foods that have been nourishing to our bodies, and it's mostly been plant-based. And so we just have to be open and remember where we come from and where, you know what I'm saying, and
just go back to the
roots. Just go back to the root of where we
to
come
the
from.
Basics.
To the basics.
Strip everything
you know what
out.
I'm saying? Because
and go to the basics.
So I am a meat eater, and I'm like I'm about to be not be a meat eater pretty soon here. But my point is that we get all of our nutrients, proteins, everything we need from consuming, you know what I'm saying, plants, greens.
Plants, right. Well, let's move right in there from that real quick. So how you're saying the plants, let's talk about your number one product that Don and I both love, that when I was feeling sick a couple months ago, what brought me back was the Stay Well tonic. Tell the audience about this Stay Well tonic product that everyone needs to get some and have in their fridge.
Well, okay, so what is it? It's a
naturally sweetened ginger and turmeric drink.
This is what it looks like.
Yeah, bring it out.
Can you see?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
So tell them what's in it. Okay.
Yep. Tell us what's in it real quick. We're getting close to our time. So tell us about it really quick.
So it's a naturally sweetened ginger and turmeric tea. It's a tonic. It's served hot or cold. It's got a host of medicinal benefits. The ginger and turmeric, the anti-inflammatory, antibiotic practically. I mean, at the end of the day, the ginger is a natural pain reliever. It helps the digestion. It helps with just a host of things. So we call it all the things you need that taste good. And we made it taste good. So like
Perfect.
You need in it. Right.
And where can they get this product at?
So we deliver it. We just go to our website, ksrevolutionary.com. Send us a text real quick and we just bring it to your door. For people that live outside of the Twin Cities, we ship it to them.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Well, we thank you so much, Kay's Revolutionary Catering. Thank you, Mariam and Chef Kay, for joining us on Wellness Wednesday with Rolling Out. As always, Don and I love you, and we appreciate your love and support and healing and feeding us from the inside out. And as always, everyone that follow us, let go, let flow, inhale the positive, exhale the negative. I'm Shay, and that's Don. Thank you so much, everyone. And we'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you tonight.
Thank you. Yeah,
Bye.
I'll see you tonight, Munson. Portia, send me the info. Thank you. Okay, thanks, guys. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks,
I'll text you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. AM,
Bye, guys.
wake up
Have a great
call.
day.
It is your moment. It is your day. It is your time. Let's make it happen, everybody.
And y'all better get y'all healthy eating on. We tell y'all all the
Why
time.
not? Why not? Why not? Let's have a virtual party. Bring on our next guest. We've got an exciting next guest happening this morning. Surprise, all you HBCU graduates, a great partnership is happening. So you know it. It is happening. It's our. We're gonna let Maggie hang out with us, Ash. So we need to do that.
Maggie Anderson.
Hey Mag, how are you?
You're mute.
Okay. Hey, is that better?
We're gonna have you hang out with us. We got Pam waiting. So everybody, Maggie Anderson is definitely a soldier for this community. Her entire legacy is BLACK better, making the entire Black community better. I want to say thank you for all that you give, all that you sacrifice, because it is truly a beautiful evolution for us to all think and follow your path that you lead as you push us forward on the agenda. So stay for the remainder of the show because I don't want you to leave, and you know all about HBCUs. Come on, Ashley, with our next guest.
All right, Pam Cook, Maggie Anderson.
So good to see you, Mag. I miss you.
Oh, I miss you too, Munson. I miss you. I miss Rolling Out. I miss Atlanta, the events.
Where are you located, Maggie?
I am in Chicago.
Oh, you're in Chicago too.
Where is Pam?
Pam is coming.
Pam.
Hey, Pam.
Welcome to Rolling Out AM.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you. Welcome to Rolling Out AM. You've got a phenomenal idea. We've got Maggie. She knows all about it. She used to live in Atlanta, so she knows all about COKE, Coke, a true community partner. Why don't you share with us, everybody? This is Pam Cook from the Coca-Cola Company. And, you know, community partnerships are what we want to experience. But investing in our youth, young professionals, as they're in development is so key. So as a Morehouse student, I know, and from Lloyd Billingsley and all of those, Ingrid Saunders-Jones or Carl Ware, there is a legacy of executives like you, Pam Cook, that they've got diversity over there. And we're happy to see you this morning. Why don't you share with us what you're doing that's creating a world these young people who may not be able to experience all of what we want them to, but you've got a program that touches the hearts of all of us. Being a Morehouse grad, you've got a Grambling grad over there as well, and Portia Monique.
Good morning, and thank you all so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here, and tuned into your show before, so it's really a pleasure to be here with you today. A couple of things. One, I am with Coca-Cola Bottling Company United. So I'm with the bottling group, which is a subsidiary of the Coca-Cola Company. We all work together, though, in tandem on so many things. And everyone you mentioned are great friends, and we all spend a lot of time together as our mission is the same. Just a little bit about some things we've been up to at Coke United is our Pay It Forward internship program. So in my bottling group, we have 16 HBCUs inside of our portfolio, and they do include Morehouse College, as you mentioned, the schools in the AU Center, Albany State, Savannah State, everybody in the state of Alabama where I am, Alabama State University, Talladega College, Miles College, Stillman College, Tuskegee, Tuskegee University, and then we travel down to, let's see, there's Xavier, there's Southern, there's Grambling, Alcorn. So all of these wonderful schools make up our wonderful portfolio, and I am beyond privileged that I, along with my colleagues, get to work with these schools every day. So a unique program that we have that happens every year is our Pay It Forward internship program. This opportunity is explicitly designed for HBCU students. And what they do is they'll register for an opportunity to come and spend a week with us at one of our campuses, one of our Coke bottling campuses. You spend a week and you get to touch, feel, see, and do every department that we have in a week. It's a fast track internship. In 1 week, you're hanging out, you're coming to work every day. We're showing you how we get that product from the warehouse to the stores. We teach you how we market it. We teach you how we bring it to life. We talk about our philanthropic arm and how we support the community. We talk about the digital aspects. What we're finding is a lot of the students in their various disciplines at the colleges don't know that there are opportunities in Coke that support their degrees. A lot of students didn't know that we hire chemists. And it was mind-blowing to know that. A lot of times everybody just thinks it's, you have to be a driver, which is a huge part of our business, is being a CDL driver. And that's always a great start for anybody. And it's a welcome and it's a valued career opportunity. But there's so much more. You got business development, there IT. Lord knows we need IT people all the time. All of us do. Look at the way our life has changed this year. IT has become a very critical part of what we do. So this opportunity is extended. We'll have about 30 students that spend the week with us, and each one of them will leave with $1,000 stipend. I mean, and it's incredible. So we usually try to host that internship week right before school starts. So those students have money in their pocket going right back to school.
Excellent, 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 excellent.
So
all right, so it's almost homecoming.
Yeah.
How we celebrating? What we doing new?
Well, you know, all of us are heartbroken this year that HBCU football isn't happening, because homecoming is such a big part and critical part of just the lifestyle and the culture that happens at our HBCUs. Well, we had a really good idea this year to still celebrate the excellence of HBCUs. So we're going to host a virtual homecoming. And we're starting small this year. We're doing it with 5 schools, the schools in Alabama: Talladega College, Miles College, Stillman College, the Alabama State University, and Tuskegee University. We're going to do a virtual road trip on October 10th and visit every school for about an hour or a little over an hour, and we're going to party, and we're going to just take over digital and social media platforms for the whole day. We're inviting everybody that's a friend, fan, family, or neighbor to come and hang out with us, and let's just have a great time and celebrate homecoming virtually.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, we've got DJs lined up to take over the social media feed. We're gonna have people at home grilling. We invite people to grill at home and just turn up your technology, and let's just have a good time. Put on your school shirt, invite some people over, socially distance, of course, and let's just have a good time and drink plenty of Coca-Cola.
You guys got DJs, you've got grill masters, so you have it. You've got the presidents involved, which are really exciting. And I think the beauty of such a program is it keeps the culture alive.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to continue to even move beyond this. I can just imagine the virtual meets the real at some moment, and we're able, those who haven't had the experience will be able to do it. You know, so I can't wait to wear my shirt and still celebrate with you. We've got I love what they're doing down at Alabama State University.
The Alabama State University.
Yes.
Forgot
the.
I got you, Pam.
Yeah. Jerry Clark sent his son down to Alabama to play baseball. Yeah, so he's down there playing baseball. They're for real. So
yeah.
So Pam, how do I connect with that? How do I log on? How do I get the information for it? I'm gonna have on my GSU shirt, Grambling State University. How do I get involved?
Outstanding. I believe you all have the flyer for it, and there's a link where you just click the link and just sign up, and then we'll send you a reminder on the 10th to just dial in and join us. It's from 12 noon to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it's very, very easy to join. So if you don't have it, we'll make sure we send it to you right after our conversation here, so you can share it with your viewers and family and friends and everybody. We want everybody to hang out for homecoming.
We're gonna have you come back, Pam, so we can make sure that while the program's happening, we're there and you're actually telling us. Obviously, we're gonna push it hard because we want all of our community to enjoy what you have. And I mean, that's the beauty of virtual. Yeah. Everyone can celebrate with what Coke United is doing for these HBCUs. And I do have an ask. I want you to bring a couple of those interns on. Here I am with the morning, because I think it's just good news. And it's good for us to see the faces and the young people to share. And Portia, bring her back. Make sure that I know she's coming to ride, but make sure that we also bring her on during the program. Share with us this wonderful experience.
Will do. Thank you. Thank you. I'd love for you to meet the students. They are just super talented. They blow our minds every year.
And when you come back and when the students come back as well, we can talk about the importance of completing internships, making sure that parents are aware that internship opportunities are out there. The students are aware that internship opportunities are out there. A lot of students don't know that they can participate in a program such as the Fast Track program at Coke, which sounds phenomenal. So definitely, we will definitely talk about all of them.
Perfect.
And it's our HBCU.
Yes. Say again.
The hashtag is our HBCU.
Hashtag our HBCU celebrate. That's it. That's what we're doing. Hashtag our HBCU celebrate, because we do. It's the best time in life to be a part of an HBCU, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is.
Romeo can't identify because he
can identify, Portia. He lives in Atlanta. I'm sure he's DJed several sets during.
I don't think he knows.
Yeah, but it's nothing like, you gotta live it. You gotta live it.
Listen, Pam, that's an experience. Like that's nothing that people can imagine. That's something that you have to go do.
You can't live in Atlanta without experiencing that.
Oh yeah, you can live in the South without.
Right, in the South, it is on.
It's on.
It is on. It is on.
I can't let Pam get away. Pam, yes. I went to Georgia Tech, but I lived at Spelman, Clark. Look, don't judge my lifestyle. I'm trying to.
Okay.
Can I back him up on that? Can I back him up on that? Because I went to Emory, but it's so funny, months now that, I speak all over. Every time I'm out, they're like, "Oh, I remember you in college. Yeah, you were a revolutionary then. Didn't you go to Spelman?" I was like, "No." Well, you went to Clark, right? No, I didn't. I lived, just like Robert, I lived at the AUC Clark. I lived at those places. All my best friends and boyfriends came from
and boyfriends.
And boyfriends. I love it.
I globbed on, I visited. I know. It's nothing like actually being an HBCU grad, but I was blessed enough to be in Atlanta and enjoy a piece of the experience. And I speak at a lot of HBCUs now, so they've
Well,
all
that's right. You're honorary. We take honorary members, everybody's family.
Yeah, it adds to the family.
That's right.
It does.
You got some
I
babies.
still have daughters.
You got babies growing, so they can definitely.
That's right.
You know, well, our HBCU celebrate.
Yes, HBCU celebrate. Yes, virtual homecoming, October 10th from 12 to 6 Central Standard Time. And we're going on a road trip and we're going to have the time of our life. We've all been on a road trip during college. So this is going to be a great walk down memory lane.
Absolutely.
We got about 14 days, Portia. So maybe 7-10 days from now, we get Pam back and have a whole morning. Coach United, bring some
I love it.
Kind of showcase the team.
Yeah.
College president at the same time. Stillman definitely. I think the sisters are killing it right now.
Yes, amazing.
Y'all are shining bright. So why don't we bring her, the Stillman president, who is a friend, and she has a booth at our RIDE conference. So I'd love to see both of you at least a week before the program so that we can all celebrate in the morning, turn up,
Good. And just before we have the homecoming on October 8th, we're going to host a town hall with the 5 presidents from the schools I mentioned. And what we're going to do during the town hall is we're going to talk about the success story from our HBCUs. We're going to talk about how the schools have been able to successfully pivot during this COVID challenge. HBCUs have done a wonderful job of getting students ready to go back to school. I haven't heard one challenge from an HBCU regarding COVID challenge as part of enrollment or going back to school. And that is to the testament of the leadership at these schools and just the phenomenal programs and just all of the wonderful things that are happening. And who better to tell it than these presidents? So we're gonna let them talk all about it.
Looking forward to the town hall.
Yeah.
We need to have them here with you early so we can kind of have a town hall segment. Maybe you can stream it to us. We're happy to do that. We enjoy the partnership. I mean, you guys are doing phenomenal things over there. I love this program.
Thank you.
Great to meet you, Pam.
Great to meet you as well. Thank you all for your time this morning. I want to thank all of my colleagues at the Coca-Cola Company, at Coke United. Thank my dear friend Monica Coleman at M320 Consulting for helping bring all of this to life. We are just beyond excited about everything happening. And it's just all love all the way around.
I love it,
we love it. Now that you're coming back. You saw that, Portia. She said she's coming back. She's going to bring.
I got it down. I wrote it down. Yes.
Some friends. I'll bring some friends.
I look forward to that town hall. So I really love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Black excellence. I love it.
Thank you.
All right, Pam. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks.
Everybody, be sure to celebrate our Black colleges. Celebrate with us on this HBCU virtual tour. It's going to be important for all of us to participate. So we're really excited. Thanks to Coke United. Obviously, shout out to Monica Coleman and her team for really making all of this happening. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Hey, Anna, how are you? We have
our
next guest on.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. We can't hear you, Romeo. I don't know what's going on here.
Great. Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you now. Okay.
No HBCU me. Let's go. Don't do that.
Sienna, did you attend the HBCU?
I did not. I did not have the pleasure. So I went to the Art Institute in Chicago. So that's like totally left field from an HBCU. So
that's where Maggie is. Maggie is in Chicago right now.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's awesome.
Don't worry. You can be team me and Maggie today.
Right.
Right.
Hold it down.
Okay.
Got you.
So Sienna Trees is from Detroit. She is a designer, fashion designer, and she has a new collection out, the Sienna Trees collection. She's dressed Kenya Moore. She's dressed LaBrittany from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. She also worked on Big Sean's campaign, Single Again. So she's done a lot. Like I said, she's from Detroit. Happy to show Detroit love, but go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience so they can know who you are, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so hello everyone. As she said, I'm Sienna Treese. My line is called the Sienna Treese Collection. My website is siennatreese.com, and I just released a new collection called the Nude Collection, where I feature dresses of all different skin tones for, you know, all different shapes and sizes, and just kind of celebrating everyone's, you know, everyone's skin tone.
I love it. So with the Sienna Treese collection, the new nude collection, how did you come up with that concept? And we're going to bring up some of your designs so that we can see what they look like. But very simple, very chic, very classy. How did you come up with the idea of that collection?
Well, it's typically kind of my design aesthetic anyway. I do sexy dresses. A lot of my clients come to me for, you know, special occasions when they want to feel, you know, beautiful and sexy, and they just want to shut it down for the night. So that's kind of what I specialize in. But I wanted to make this collection a little bit different because I love nude dresses. I know we all love, you know, nude, but it's really hard for, you know, us women color to find our perfect nude shade. Like every time you think of the word nude, you kind of think of like beige or light brown, and that's just not, you know, that's not us. We come in all different shades of brown. So that's kind of what I wanted to feature, and just design like all different silhouettes, all different styles, just to complement everybody's body type and everybody's figure in the process.
Love it. Romeo, you got a question for Sienna?
Yeah, I sure do. First of all, I love nude. I just don't.
You love her new collection. We're about to bring it up so you can see her collection. Okay, go ahead.
But first of all, I'm a dude, so let's talk about men fashion because it took me a minute to catch on to it. But fashion is more of how you feel. I don't like, you know, there's really no blueprint to it per se. But when it comes to men, like what three essentials do you feel a guy has to have?
That's a good one. I feel like a guy has to have number one, a good suit. Has to have a good suit, a nice fitting suit that he can just wear for different occasions. I would say a really nice pair of jeans. And also maybe, I don't know. It's either between maybe like a nice pea coat or something, or just like a really nice denim jacket that he can just kind of wear all the time. So
it don't matter. Okay.
You said what?
Shoes don't matter to you.
Oh, shoes. I didn't consider shoes. I consider shoes like an accessory. But I mean, you got to have good shoes. That's like a given. That's regardless.
Go buy me a pea coat.
Right.
Okay, well, I want to get into your fashions, but before we get into your fashions, and I do want to know if that is a Sienna Treese collection dress that you have on, because I need one of those in that color. But
actually, I don't know where this sweater came from, but I like it. I like
okay. I love it. But I'm going to pass it over to Maggie right quick, and then we'll get into your designs from your website so that we can see what this nude collection looks like. But go ahead, Maggie.
Hello, Sienna. So good to see
Hi,
you.
Maggie.
You look beautiful. How you looking pretty this
early?
This early. So listen, I'm not sure you know who I am, but I'm a huge advocate for Black-owned businesses. My claim to fame is that I took a whole year of my life and made a public pledge to completely live off Black-owned businesses, no matter what. And it was a huge sacrifice. And I did it in honor of you. I do it because of you and Munson. You all make the sacrifice, the flack I get worthwhile. And you're the reason, you're basically bearing out my life's work, your success. So I pay tribute to you. I push people to support you. I try to show the world why you're so special and valuable to our Black community and to the country. So just coming that way, it's very obvious what my question should be. I want to know how's business. I want to know if there have been any particular challenges for you because you are a Black woman, and whether, what is it that keeps you in the business and keeps you devoted to your dream. And if you could just tell the world your special role in the Black community, being able to represent us with your styles, your success, your smarts and strength, and reinvest in us with all of that. So I guess that's 4 questions, but if you could touch on any of that, I'd be really happy.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot of questions, but they're awesome questions. And I just first want to say thank you for making that step of, living off of Black businesses. That's something that, we all should strive to do. And I just really, thank you for doing that. People like me especially really appreciate that. I think that I'm just thinking of all your questions that you said, but being a business owner and, having this type of business where I create, fashions for women, to me, it's more than just fashion. The way you look and the way you dress really affects how you feel, and it affects how you go on through your day, and it affects how other people, see you. So for me, I started out in custom. So I did everything custom, just working with one-on-one with clients. And that really taught me what's important to women and what makes them feel good, and what, just gave me an insight to really fine tune, my designs to really cater to my client, which is you all, and, women that look like us. So I think that it's important to kind of keep that in mind, to just like that is more than just fashion. It's more than just about a dress. It's really about promoting self-esteem, and just really trying to bring out everyone's beauty, from the inside out. So that to me is always where I start out when I design, and especially with this collection, that was something, really important to me.
Awesome.
So speaking of this collection, and I know she asked you a slew of questions, but we do want to see your design. So speaking of this collection, let's go ahead and bring it up so that we can see what they look like. And just explain it to us. So this is your site. That's beautiful.
Look at that.
Yeah, those are some beautiful designs. Okay, here we go. This is the new collection. We see you. Beautiful.
Thank you.
So explain to us, kind of describe what you have on your site, including the new collection. Oh, cute. Oh,
thank you. So the new collection is 6 dresses. As I said, it's in 6 different styles to kind of complement everyone's figure. So you can definitely find your right silhouette. It's in 6 different shades of brown also. So I really wanted to have those options there to accommodate everyone's skin tone. The other things that's kind of like on the front page of my site, I have my other collections that I've done in the past, where you can see my past work. And it's really a variety of things. This collection is not really so different from things that I've designed in the past, but I just wanted to make this one a lot more straightforward and just a lot more, accessible and universal, so we all can, benefit from it. So you can check out the collections tab with my past work. I have a blog there where I kind of try to, keep you guys in the loop of behind the scenes things and what goes on with fashion, with shoots and, different fun stuff like that. There's a blog on there where things like how you mentioned Big Sean video and magazine features. There's Vogue on there, Elle I've been in, and just a lot of more fun stuff and different clients and things. So take a look at the website when you get a chance. It's a lot
definitely. And so this is the last question. I'm sorry, Maggie. Did you have?
I just said buy Black. That's all.
Okay, buy Black. Right. So
that on my screen.
Right. So for your collection, the new collection. So being a designer, so I'm fairly dark skinned, right? So I consider myself dark skinned. I love my melanin skin. But what would you suggest in terms of the color of nude that I get? Can I wear them all? What would you suggest?
You can wear them all, honestly. You can wear them all. There's for your tone, I would recommend the mocha shade. It's on there. It's I believe it's the Naomi dress is what it's called on my site. But the dresses are interchangeable. You can get any style and any color if you wanted to. Like I know someone who purchased, she's about maybe my color, and she purchased the mocha one just because she liked that color. So you could truly mix and match it. It's no right way to do nude. It's just, I just have those options there. If you did want to match it up, right with your color and just have that all brown, all mocha look,
I love it. And is that a fall color? Is that like, can I wear it now or do I have to wait till the spring? Like, how do I wear it?
I would say you could wear it now. I mean, your skin tone's all year round. So
right.
Don't do that.
They're not season specific. You can dress them up, dress them down. You could put a strappy heel on maybe for summer, or maybe you want to pair it with like, some boots and some tights or something. So you really can rock these all different ways. It just kind of depends on your style.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We definitely appreciate you as a Black designer. Like Maggie said, buy Black. We all need to adopt that methodology in terms of shopping and patronizing our Black counterparts. So
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Okay, we will definitely follow your success and much success to you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Deanna. Talk to you soon.
All righty.
And you forgot, get a peacoat. It's buy Black and get a peacoat.
Right, get a peacoat.
Don't leave me.
Y'all. Oh, Lord.
I have something for the guys coming.
So there you go. There you go.
I have something for the guys in the work. So I'll keep you posted on that.
You said male model. What'd you say?
Oh, Lord. Welcome back, Sienna. Thank you, girl. Thank you.
It's the Rolling Out AM Wake Up, man. Shout out to everybody on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You're hanging out with me, Maggie, Portia, Monique, and Doctor. The doc is in the house. Harold Williams. What's going on, sir?
Dr. Harry
Good morning.
L.
Good morning.
Williams. Good morning.
Good morning. It's great to be with you guys this morning.
Great to have you. Thank you so much for your patience.
It was great watching that segment.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So we have Dr. Harry L. Williams. He is the president and CEO of the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. We were just talking about Black colleges this morning with Coke. So we're happy to have you here as well. Just go ahead and give our audience an introduction of who you are in the Thurgood Marshall College Fund and what it is that you guys do.
Well, okay. Thank you, Portia, and thank you for having me on your show this morning. It's actually an exciting opportunity to be here to talk about the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. It's an organization that was founded 33 years ago to support the 47 publicly supported historically Black colleges and universities in the country. Thurgood Marshall College Fund is the largest organization in the country that exclusively focuses on African Americans attending HBCUs. 80% of the students who attend HBCUs in this country, they attend a Thurgood Marshall school. We are named after the late, great Thurgood Marshall, one of the greatest Supreme Court justices who ever lived on this planet. Thurgood Marshall actually was intimately involved in the beginning of the foundation when we first started. Our founder actually went to the Supreme Court and met with Thurgood Marshall and asked him if he would lend his name to this organization. And he said yes without any hesitation. He said it because he was a proud graduate of Lincoln University in Lincoln, Pennsylvania. Graduated top of his class there, one of our schools, and Howard Law School, where he graduated top of the class there. Since by using his name, we've been very fortunate. We've been able to raise close to $400 million over 33 years to support our students. Yes, that's a big deal. And all the dollars that we raise go directly to supporting our students who are attending. The majority of the students, as I indicated earlier, are African Americans. As you know, these institutions were created for the sole purpose of educating African Americans in this country. So we are unapologetically Black, and we're proud of that in terms of what we're producing and the students that we're serving.
Oh my God, that is amazing. 400 million. Like
Yes.
that is amazing. Great, guys. Kudos to you. I'll get my questions in, but let's go ahead and pass the ball. Maggie, Romeo.
I'm gonna let Maggie go.
Okay.
Oh, this is just so wonderful. Such an honor to meet you. I think you said you came into the earlier segment as well. So now I have my checklist. I know who to give money to and where to buy my next dress at. So
I love it. I love it. I love it.
For giving me my to-do list for the day and introducing me to these awesome leaders who are keeping our community going. It's just so wonderful to have to hear Thurgood Marshall's name, especially now that we are in this crazy time where we're about to lose a seat possibly on the Supreme Court. Yeah. And it's just, we really need to be reminded with Thurgood Marshall's name of the importance of our Supreme Court justices and the importance just of law in America and keeping our community strong. We have never been able to depend on the good graces of our oppressors or racists or those who would not see us do well. We've always had to push them in that way. So the Thurgood Marshall name really means pushing, provoking, prodding America to its promise. So I love that we connect that with Black students.
And Dr. Williams, I'm sorry, Maggie, and Dr. Williams is actually he's one of the featured speakers at RIDE. He's going to be at our RIDE conference on Saturday, 2 p.m. on the social responsibility session. Just give us a glimpse of what that session is going to look like. What are you guys going to talk about? What do people have in store for that session?
Yeah, I tell you what's so exciting about that session is we get an opportunity to Maggie's point, reintroduce Thurgood Marshall to a new audience. As you all know, if you study your history, Thurgood Marshall stood for basically three things: social justice, social equality, and education. That was a core foundation. That's what he lived by every single day. And as Maggie indicated, he was a champion, unapologetically a champion for Black causes. He stood up for African Americans. He was the sole reason why integration has taken place in this country. Segregation ended because of a major Supreme Court decision that he led, the Brown versus Board of Education 1954 decision that Thurgood Marshall argued before the Supreme Court and won. So whenever there's a injustice that's taken place in this country, especially for African Americans, he stood up. And so we are very proud of that. On the panel, we're going to talk about how we continue to live his legacy by providing opportunities to those students that may not have it. 73% of our students that attend our institutions qualify for a program called a Pell Grant. A Pell Grant is an entitlement program that the federal government set up to support students who have serious financial challenges in pursuing their education. And the families that we serve, the average income for a family of four is less than $20,000. So kind of put your mind around that in terms of how much it costs to go to college, and you're trying to get an education, and you're trying to elevate your family, your community, and that's what education will do. It will take you out of your current situation. It will improve the quality of your life by providing opportunities for you and others, and you lift the whole community up. A large percentage of our students are the first in their families to go to college. We're still breaking those barriers down. Believe it or not, we still have students who work very hard to get there. And another thing about our institutions, we are proud of the fact that we have never, ever said no to anyone who wanted to come to our institutions, regardless of the fact, they put roadblocks in the way for us to be able to gain access to this education, but we have never said no. And by never saying no, we would always take students at their space wherever they are. So some of our students may come from difficult educational backgrounds in their communities. And so what we will do, we will wrap our arms around those students because we know that they're special. We know that they are valuable, and we know that we have talent in our community. And we don't want anyone to slip by from that perspective. So we're very emotionally connected to our work, and the mission is very powerful in terms of what we're doing, because we know that we're in the business of changing lives, and we're in the business of improving the quality of life for our community, and it's going to help our community. The more people we can help move into the middle class, especially African Americans, and the more we can increase our wealth in this country, this country's going to be a better place. Our community is going to be better so it's going to be positive all around. So I get to kind of share that story with your audience, with the panel, and I'm excited about that.
You're excited too. Go ahead, Mommy. I mean, just amazing stuff. Romeo, go ahead.
I got Portia Monique. Doc, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. All
right. So here's the problem. And me and Portia was talking about this. I don't know if it's this past week or last week, right? We had asked our recent panel, who do they remember from high school? What top 3 Black people stood out in high school? Everybody said the same thing, Martin Luther King.
History-wise, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and it dance between Maya Angelou and somebody else. What I've realized is a lot of seniors graduating do not know what's available for them. They do not know that Thurgood Marshall or this program or this scholarship is possible for them.
Yep.
How do you guys go about getting the information to them? Because the problem that I have is sometimes I'll go speak at high schools, and you ask them, well, what's next? And they honestly have a clue of not what's next because schools aren't even helping them get to what's next. Right. So how does the information go from you to those particular seniors graduating high school?
Yeah, well, Romeo, that's a very, very good question. And it is something that we work very hard at in terms of trying to educate our community about the opportunities. And this is what we represent as an opportunity. And we also represent hope. And so what we do, we have on our team, the Thurgood Marshall Fund is a national organization, and we have what we call talent managers, and their role and responsibility is to communicate with the schools about the opportunities. And I would encourage your audience also to go to our website, tmcf.org, and look at all the programs that we have there on our website, and you can see firsthand. We annually give out anywhere from $15 to $17 million to students pursuing their education. Now, the thing about this, in order for you to get funds from us, you have to attend a historically Black college. So if you attend a school that's not historically Black, unfortunately, we cannot award you a scholarship. So this program is designed for only those students who are attending the Black schools in this country. And we have 101. There are 37 private HBCUs. And those schools are represented by the UNCF, it's called the United Negro College Fund. And we work with them too, Spelman, Morehouse, et cetera. Those schools would fall into that category, the private ones. But the public ones are our responsibility in terms of that process. And so I would encourage the students to do that. We also work with the career counselors on the college campuses to share this information. Most of the dollars that we give out actually impact students once they get into college. So we don't have a lot of high school type programs. We have some high school programs designed to support this, but most of it is about once you get into college, and then because you realize, hey, this stuff is really hard and it costs a lot of money. Can you remember when you were a freshman, you had no clue how much your parents were paying for your education? You had no clue, just knew you were there and you were eating, you were doing the things you needed to do. But when you start realizing that this is putting a burden on some of our families and some of the parents, because there's nothing a mother or father wouldn't do to support their child, to get them through that first year. I'm a former college president. I was a president at Delaware State University for 10 years. I was in Delaware, and Delaware is one of our institutions. And while I was president there, we would have families, this is true, and it happens right today. We would have families that will take everything that they have, and they will bring their child to our campus, and they will show up on the first day to try to start classes, and they don't have enough money. And we have to tell them it costs XYZ. And the reactions, well, don't you pay for it? Isn't it free? I mean, this is real, because people don't understand, because it can be so overwhelming in terms of this whole process about going to college. And if you're the first in your family to go to college, you got people in your community, they don't understand the process that you have to go through to get there. So you just know, if I just show up on campus, somebody's going to help them. Somebody's going to never know if somebody's going to provide these opportunities. And we've had so many cases like that. So our program we'll try to help as many as we can. We can't help them all, but the bottom line is there's a big need out there to support our students. And so this fund is one of those funds that to kind of alleviate that, because the goal here is when you graduate, we don't want you to have any debt. We don't want you to have bills that you have to pay after you graduate from college. So part of that, so that you get started in life on the right foot. So that's why, we work very hard to communicate that. So I appreciate that question.
Yes.
College should be free. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Listen, but I wish I had known about a program like this when I was in college, because I did not graduate debt free. Even though past my freshman year, I really didn't need loans, but I didn't have anybody there to advocate for me and tell me, don't take out another loan.
Bingo.
I just didn't know, right? I just didn't know. So I'm like, oh, I can take out a loan, get a refund check, and live a little bit. And that's what I did. So now I have debt. So, but because of programs like yours, the Thurgood Marshall College Fund, some of these students are able to go to college and graduate debt-free. So kudos to you guys. And we are looking forward to learning so much more about the Thurgood Marshall College Fund on Saturday, 2 p.m. social responsibility session with yourself and a couple of your colleagues. So thank you so much for coming on and educating us this morning. We're looking forward to hearing more on Saturday at the RideCon conference. And Dr. Harry L. Williams will be there to tell us more. So thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. We'll see you then. You too.
Okay.
Appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hold you accountable.
Listen, y'all. So I didn't have people to tell me when I was in college, because I took out loans, right? I did not need loans past my freshman year. And even past freshman year, I had got enough scholarships to cover freshman year. But at the time, I hadn't had them in the system, so I had to take out the loans. Nonetheless, all I'm saying is, if y'all don't have to take out these loans, don't. If you can find programs like the Thurgood Marshall College Fund or any of the programs that allow you to grant money for your schooling, your education, for the parents, for the students, let's look for those. Don't take out that debt.
I always wanted to support my friends, because I was good, but I kept hearing about, man, I got a meeting in the financial aid office.
Yep. That was me. I was camping out at financial aid.
Yes, I mean,
the debt is terrible. It's horrible.
And we just don't know. And when you're young and you in college and everybody else is talking about getting this refund check, you're like, I want my refund check. I need to go shopping. I need to go out of town. I need to be fresh for the game.
But see, that is my main problem with high school senior to college freshman, because that high school senior who's been focusing on just graduating, that's only been the main focus. Let me graduate. And then you graduate, and you've already applied for school, but until you're a freshman, you don't know what programs that school got until you actually get to the school. Right. So now you behind, because like Portia said, you taking out loans when you could have solved all that during your whole summer period or junior and senior year. So I feel sorry for a lot of seniors when they're graduating, because the education process from A to B is null and void. And nobody's helping them.
Yeah. We're trying so hard just to get into school. We're not thinking about how we're going to pay for school. Right. And if you're let's say you're a high achiever, like I'm sure all of us were, and we're getting recruited or getting into these schools like Emory. And, once they see that my parents don't have no money and they see that I will definitely qualify for financial aid, that's all they said. They said, oh, you're fine. You'll qualify for financial aid. It's like, okay, so do I want that? Do I want to go to this school with this $200,000 education and you're just saying it's fine that I'm gonna have to pay $200,000 back in loans? I mean, because that's basically what they said. You're in, you're poor, so you can't afford it, but you qualify for loans, so you're good. And now I'm still paying for this very expensive education. I mean, this would have been so wonderful. My parents are, immigrants. They're working class immigrants. They didn't know about all this stuff. They didn't go to college. So, this is the stuff that our kids need. These are the things, when we talk about systemic and barriers and structural, this is the stuff. This is the
absolutely,
stuff.
Maggie. Absolutely.
I think Portia brought this up because she was talking about her son. And they don't prepare you. I can honestly say, don't get me wrong, I loved high school. I don't remember nothing from high school that I'm outside of math and English. I'm not, like, let's be honest. High school, the high school separation from overseas, let's say London and China, they're teaching their students about the world that's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're still talking about, hey, in 1989.
Well, listen, hold on, Romeo, because we don't know what we're talking about now because people homeschooling. Ain't everybody at home with their kids? I'm just saying.
Right.
How they supposed to learn? Anyway, Maggie, you said that your parents were immigrants. Where did they immigrate from?
So I come from a Cuban family.
Oh, Cuban. Okay.
My parents are Cuban, but my maiden name is not Cuban. It's actually Waite, my father's name, because he was from Jamaica, and his parents moved to Cuba for work, and then he met my mom. But I do come from a Cuban household. But please do not ascribe me to those crazy Republican, anti-Black Cubans that you see in Miami. My parents were a super exception. They taught us diaspora. They taught us that, yes, we are from Cuba. Yes, we speak Spanish. That yes, we adopt Cuban culture, but that doesn't make us less Black or not Black. That just means we got dropped off a little earlier in the slave trade. And while the Spaniards were oppressing us, our brothers and sisters were shucking cane for racist Europeans in Cuba. Your brothers and sisters here were picking cotton for racist Brits in America. So you
educate us then. Educate us on this morning.
I'm mixed with Cuban. No, I'm Black, and my parents are from the Caribbean. I'm a Black person.
I love it.
That's it. But yeah, the family is Cuban. I'm the only American born. They came here, my two big brothers. So I was the American dream baby.
Can I question and you teach me something?
Sure. I mean, I don't speak Spanish as much anymore, like in the house. I'm married American, but I know Spanish. I still talk to my dad in Spanish.
With everything that's going on in the nation, right? Was there ever a point where someone tried to identify you as another race? Like, did you identify yourself as Black?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. A lot of Black Cubans face serious identity crisis. Most of, especially first generation Americans like me, so their parents came over, and everybody in their house, comes from Cuba. It's very easy to lose your Blackness. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. I should have married someone like what's his name, the Republican from Florida, Rubio Marco, the senator from Florida. Oh, I can't remember his name now, but I could have easily been groomed to marry a white Cuban, and we would be Cuban, and we would never participate in anything that had to do with our Blackness or the Black community or anything like that. And it's really interesting because I didn't grow up African American. Like, I mean, we didn't have that experience. I didn't have a grandma in Mississippi. We didn't eat soul food. We didn't have those classic African American stories and experiences. My parents didn't know what an HBCU is. There's not like we had auntie so and so who was a Delta. None of those stories. We were Cuban people, immigrants from Cuba. So it's very easy to say, and especially since everywhere you look, Black people are being oppressed. It's very easy, and especially since that's how they had us classified. It was Black, white, Latino. It was like, so I could just put Latino. I just put Latino, all my, and there's nothing, I'm not dogging at my brown brothers and sisters. I love that I had that beautiful culture in my house and the food that we cook. I love being part of the Caribbean family as much as I'm part of the classic African American family. But it's very easy to lose your Blackness when you are a Black Cuban. It has a lot to do with your upbringing.
Okay.
So I could have gone either way. I had to choose. And to answer your question, I had to choose. And especially when things like this happened back then. I don't know if y'all remember, Miami had their riots too. It was a white cop, same thing. They killed a white Cuban cop, killed a Black dude. He was riding his motorcycle. They killed him. It was totally unjust, exactly what we're seeing now. And there were riots. And I remember, because my family was known as the Cuban family on the block, even though we're down with everybody and we're Black, we were that Cuban family on the block. And we were harassed. It was like, are you Black or are you Cuban? I mean, we had, because it was like, there was anger and tension between Blacks and Cubans. And we, in situations like that, we had already made the choice, but you need to choose. And a lot of people who were lighter skinned, thinner hair, just my hair is my hair, but thinner hair, and had fair skinned parents like I did and speak Spanish, they chose to be Cuban.
So help me to understand this, Maggie. And I just don't know, right? You just don't know what you don't know. But how do you distinguish between white Cuban and Black Cuban? Because y'all look the same to me. Like you look the same. I honestly don't know.
Have you heard of Celia Cruz? I mean, super pop. Okay, well, she's I would say she's your complexion and maybe a little darker. And she's a proud, Cuban person. And in Cuba, Celia would get treated less than someone like my mother, who was a very, very fair skinned Cuban. Same kind of stuff here. It's a little more subtle. But there was racism in Cuba, just like in different parts of like South Africa, just based on your skin tone. So we're all Cuban. There's no different cultures, right? We're all Cuban,
right.
But they would mistreat Black people, and the Black people, because of that, were in the poorer classes, and just poorer people suffered more. And then so when they started to come here, a lot of the Black people would align themselves with Black Americans here. So when my parents came here, we moved to Liberty City, where all the Black people were. But white Cubans, because the thing is they are white. Cuba's not a race. There's Black people in Cuba, there's white people in Cuba, and we just speak Spanish. The only racial Latino culture you could say is Mezzo, and Mezzo is really more akin to Indians. So there's no speaking Spanish does not make you a different race than being Black. There's white people in Cuba, there's Black people in Cuba. So the thing is that since it's your nationality, and in America, since they just tried to divide everybody, Black people from Cuba and white people from Cuba who had the power, they were co-opted into white life in Miami. So all the powerful people in Miami and all that stuff, they're white Cubans, and they have absolutely no love for Black Cubans who identify themselves as being Black. It's very tricky and complicated, and trust me, this was very formative in making me who I am, because it's like you couldn't just be like regular Black, you have to be like super Black. You have to be like super proud that you're Black. because I had to like,
right.
No, I'm not Cuban. I'm not Cuban. You know, or downplay it.
Right, one or the other
to prove that I'm Black.
Wow.
And to oppose those Cubans who would. So it was a constant fight. My parents, if they were going to market, the Cuban cafe, where Cuban people hang out, my parents were always fighting with other Cuban people who looked just like them about Black stuff. Because Cuban people would be sitting there having their coffee, dogging out Black people, talking the way racist white people do about Black people. And my parents had to defend, and they come home and they tell us these stories. It was just amazing.
So what Portia was saying, so Mark Rubio is white Cuban. I'm trying to figure like what's
yes, he is a white Cuban.
And that's what he identifies as.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I'm not I
maybe
think,
perhaps. Yeah. Okay, we get it.
We have just started really to push into our culture that you are white or Black of Hispanic origin. I'm finally seeing that in forms now that I'm like filling out for my daughters or whatever. When I'm filling out a form or a survey or something, it'll say race and then it'll say of Hispanic origin or not. So I will click Black of Hispanic origin.
Got it.
So Marco Rubio would have to put white of Hispanic origin.
I mean, well,
that don't make sense, but okay. That don't make sense to me, but okay.
But it does, because otherwise all the Black people like Celia Cruz in Cuba, she's not Black?
No, so I get the Black and I get the Black and the of Hispanic origin. I don't necessarily understand the white and Hispanic origin. Yeah.
Right. That I get you there.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that I have the option to not have to choose between just Hispanic or Black.
I got you.
I'm glad they put that down there now.
D Shields on Facebook said it's truth that fair skin is more favored in all cultures.
Yes.
It's an observation.
Not over here in the U.S. and overseas in Europe, your complexion is more wanted than anything, of course. So I really just think it's depending on where you are.
Yes.
I don't think we have to tell her how beautiful she is. She has beautiful.
Thank you, Maggie. I appreciate that.
That just gives me a segue into my story, because your skin, you're the exact same complexion of my husband, who is from Detroit, and together we created the empowerment experiment, which I keep forgetting to talk about today. And
let's talk about it. We got about 8 minutes. Yes, let's talk about it. And I know you look familiar. We saw you at one of the book fairs, right? Did I see you at one of the book fairs?
I've been in Atlanta so much.
I'm in Detroit.
You mean you're in Detroit? Okay.
Yes. Perhaps you look like
there's a couple of things. I haven't spoken in Detroit as much as I would like.
Okay,
but I did do a few signings there. We did something. It's a long name church. Lord, it's one of them whole Mamu, love of God, missionary Baptist. Lord,
was it Reverend Wendell Anthony?
It's a real popular church there, and I guess
Reverend Wendell Anthony's church. Fellowship Chapel. Wasn't it Fellowship Chapel? That wasn't Fellowship Chapel. Okay. I thought it was. Okay.
I'm gonna get it. Or I'm gonna take it down real quick to get.
So let's talk about it, because we don't have a lot of time.
I know,
Let's talk about it
the whole time, but I still haven't been able to talk about it. So I did introduce earlier that so John and I talked about Emory, right? After Emory, I got my law degree and my MBA. John went to Harvard and he has his MBA. I say all of that not to brag, but just to say that we were your classic bougie, Black-ish couple, right? So we both had successful careers in corporate. And our feeling was that, and you know, I came from Liberty City, very poor upbringing. We had quote unquote made it. And we bought a house in a pretty suburb in Chicago. We have our 2 little babies. And we're just really always coming back to what have we really done to redeem the sacrifice and the struggles of our elders and ancestors, besides just live well. I mean, it's like okay, we're living well, we're representing, we're not in trouble, we're productive, but what are we really doing? And that was something that just gnawed on me personally. I have always wanted to fight for Black people. And I don't think that just getting a corporate job and living well is really fighting for Black people. And since we both had MBAs, we talked about economic issues a lot. And what we find is we go to the Black conferences, Black MBA, Urban League, all that stuff. We keep, somebody might mention something about buying Black or Black businesses or something, but the conversation will fade. And then we'll take that conversation into a big white hotel and buy a bunch of drinks from white companies and just keep spending money outside of our community while we're having this conversation about how we haven't realized economic justice. And probably at the same time, we're begging the corporations and government for jobs. So this was a conversation me and my husband were having all the time. And we said, well, you know, let's stop talking and let's do something about it. So I used all of that education and learning and upbringing. One more shout out to Atlanta. I was an aide to Congressman John Lewis when I was at Emory. I miss him terribly, and I would just love to just, you know, shout out for him. Thank you for everything you taught me. I would not be a revolutionary now had I not spent that time with Congressman John Lewis. But all of that I had, all that education, training, experience, corporate training, I put into this thing called the empowerment experiment. So I wrote out a 10-page treatise on the first ever case study, real life case study on self-help economics. And I made my husband and my two girls join me as guinea pigs. We were going to prove that buying Black would change everything. We were going to defy negative stereotypes about Black-owned businesses. We are going to expose why we have these economic disparities. We are not poor and our businesses are least successful because of our propensities or our potential. There are reasons that this happens. And mainly for us, we wanted to inspire other Black, especially middle and upper class people to put more of their money back into the community. It seemed like our badge of honor was not buying Black. Our badge of honor should be to buy Black now that we have money. So we took this stand 1 year, no matter what it took. We are going to only buy from Black-owned businesses, support Black professionals, and buy Black-made products. We did it publicly. We documented our journey. We saved every receipt. We delivered all of that information to Kellogg. Wonderful Black professor there who ran the entrepreneurship department was a Black revolutionary like me. And he was able to get Northwestern's Kellogg to put their name on this. So together, we proved all those things that we set out to prove. We proved that if right now there's only 2 to 3% of our over $1 trillion of buying power going into the Black community, if middle-class Black consumers, I'm not even saying everybody, I'm talking about the ones who can do this and should be doing this. If we would just increase our spending from that 2 to 3% where we are now, which is pathetic and awful, to 10%, I can get you there overnight because we're still way over 70% with our daily spending. But just 10%, we could create 1 million new jobs in America. Most of those would be Black. We could cure almost everything that ails the Black community. Specifically, if consumers, like everyone on this show today, were to just make small changes and small investments, and we would fix everything in the Black community. Our community would be immune to these racist attacks. Our community would be prepared to act when these things happen instead of always having to be reactionary and always having to beg outsiders to help us fix the problems that most of them have created and sustained.
Beautiful,
I'm sorry, you got me preaching, and I know I'm rushing. So we did the year. I wrote my book about the year. It's called Our Black Year. Please do not disrespect my family or our ancestors and buy my book on Amazon. Go to a Black-owned bookstore.
Well, you know, we got blackbookstore.com.
Or go to ourblackyear.com. That's my website.
We own blackbookstore.com.
Blackbookstore.com.
Go to blackbookstore.com.
Blackbookstore.com. We have to support our Black bookstores. But please do not go to Amazon to buy my book, or you can buy it from me at ourblackyear.com. Very easy. It's the name of the book, ourblackyear.com. That money goes straight into Liberty Bank, my Black bank. You will get a signed copy from me, and it supports our foundation, the Empowerment Experiment Foundation. The year changed my life. We were threatened. We met all these beautiful entrepreneurs. We saw up close how hard it is to be someone like Munson, how hard it is to start a business and get your own community to help you. And because of that, I did not go back to corporate. I did not go back to law. And I made this fight, this research, this message and movement my life. So for the past 10 years now, I have been preaching and teaching self-help economics to everyone who listens. I speak all over the world about our year, about all of the data from history and now, about how Black businesses are slighted and how Black communities are raided and exploited. And I teach people how to put more Black businesses in your life. And I have a personal testimony about how much better you will feel, how beautiful your life would be after you really start making these small changes and investments. After George Floyd, so that's what I do. And after George Floyd, there was a hole in me, like most of us. It was just, it just killed us inside. Just seeing what happened to that man, that he was killed by racists and racism. So I created, and I think that's part of why Munson has me here, a new project, if you will, called the Black-Owned Hair Care Challenge. Portia, I need you backing me up on this. The Black-Owned Hair Care Challenge. So what we're trying to do is, if one good thing could happen, I know all these big corporations are saying how they're going to increase diversity in their supply chains, they're going to give businesses give money for Black entrepreneurship and all that stuff, and all of that is great. But if there's one industry that we can reclaim on our own, that started from us and should always be about us, that we should never have to ask permission or help in, is Black hair care. The Black-owned hair care brands and Black beauty supply stores. 100% market is mostly us, Black men and women. We have to do what I did in the empowerment experiment and make a commitment publicly to buy all of your hair care products from Black-owned companies and Black beauty supply stores, period. After what happened to George Floyd, it's really the least you can do. It's not asking that much. I'm asking for people to take pictures with your Black hair care products, take pictures at that beauty supply store, take a video saying, I accept the Black-owned hair care challenge, whatever. We just want to push positive images of Black people bringing this important industry back to their community. That's the first part. The second part is a petition. We have a petition circulating for the major retailers to allot 50% of the hair care aisle to Black-owned brands. That's the Black-owned hair care challenge. That's what my life is now. That's why I'm using my platform and touching my friends like Munson to do. So please, please, Portia, take this stand with me. Tell your friends.
We'll definitely support you on that. Absolutely.
We have a whole bunch of information. We got lists of wonderful Black-owned brands and beauty supply stores on our website. Our hashtag is Black-owned hair care challenge. I know that's long. Our website is Black-owned hair care challenge. Not Black hair care, Black-owned hair care.
Okay.
We have videos there teaching you about our history. We have,
Maggie, we're gonna have to have you come back.
I know it's so much.
It's okay. We're gonna have you come back and tell us more about it. We're past our time. It's 10 o'clock. We typically do positive thoughts. I will go ahead and start it off and just say, celebrate your small wins, because small wins are definitely a reminder that you are on the right path to success and to winning. Celebrate your small wins. I'm going to pass the ball over to Romeo.
My positive thought of the day is Portia's skin tone is beautiful. Maggie's skin tone is beautiful. My skin, I'm gorgeous and mine look good. Let me tell you something. Your skin tone is not your character. Think about that, people. I'm going to pass it on to Maggie.
Buy Black, stay Black, be Black. Please take a commitment to bring the Black hair care industry back to the Black community. Please visit blackownedhaircarechallenge.com. I can't do this one alone. We have to do this together.
Well, thanks everybody. You're watching Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. We've got Maggie Anderson, Portia Scott. Who is that? Portia Monique. Oh, you're not Scott today. Okay. Portia Monique.
I don't think I've ever been Scott, but okay.
I was just wondering who that was because she's challenging over there and channeling with her lace today. So we got all the winter lace back out, y'all. It is definitely changing the weather. Make sure you're in the season. This is definitely the season of Black Pride. This is definitely the season of Buy Black. This is definitely the season of Black history. Be in the season of Black. This is your moment to be okay being Black. This is the moment and the season for us to embrace our culture in ways that you never thought. Put a little more Black into your life so that you can see the beauty that our ancestors have always stood for before we made it to this country, before we made it to this continent. Be Black and proud. Say it loud. You don't have to be in the streets, but you do have to be in the struggle. This is Rolling Out AM. That is my positive thought of the day with Maggie Anderson, Portia Monique, Romeo International. See you go to Ride. See you at Ride 2 days away. We will be starting the show at Ride, so it's going to be exciting for all of you. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in to Rolling Out AM, the wake up call.
Thanks, guys. Talk soon. Bye-bye.